Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Daily Dossier morning show where I'll gear you up with all that you need to know to make money in today's trading session. It's a new week. Markets are trading at new highs with good volumes. Lots of things are positive. Things are going on. Looks like markets may be making a new highs. It's quite euphoric situations, and situations like this will always make you feel greedy. So don't be greedy. So let's jump onto the data and see how you need to be managing your trades, your positions in order to make some money. It's a new week, and remember, I keep reminding you, this is the month right before US elections. Not going to be easy at all. Things can be choppy. So let's look at the data, and I'll share how you need to be planning your portfolios, what exactly you should be looking at, what you should be keeping on radar for buying, for selling, what are the best contenders to short as well in case you see a weakness in the market. What are those price levels that you need to look at to manage your positions? So let's first of all look at the data. Number one, starting with the fund flow, this is where I have a little bit of problem. Foreign institutions did not buy, rather they sold about 40 crores, though the number is very less, nothing considerable. Domestic institutions, on the other hand, also did not buy much. They only bought about 130 crores, rather to be more precise, 126 crores. Foreign institutions bought index futures worth 738 crores. Index options were bought about 212 crores by foreign institutions. On the other hand, FII sold about 1040 crores of stock futures in previous session, that was on Friday. So the point is the markets were quite up. They did not buy. FIIs didn't buy much in cash. DIIs didn't buy much in cash. Who bought them? Markets performed pretty much well. So looks like the retail investors, the traders, the HNI traders who were waiting for some kind of magic or some big crash or crisis to happen in the market and then start buying, they have started entering. So this is a time where you need to be precautious. I'll keep you posted whenever any dynamics change. See, I'm not threatening you. I'm not scaring you that markets are going to fall. No, not at all. Whenever there would be any such situation, markets will tell you. You will have clear signs on the chart. So unless and until you see any clear signs, my suggestion, have a precautious view. Remember, we had a long view from the on Nifty since it was at 11,000. We have had a good rally. We have already enjoyed the profits. Now it's a time when maybe the loose hand, people who lose money will enter the market, and where we would be smartly booking profits, right? So in previous session, if you look at the indices, banking and financials clearly look to be the winners, with PSUs performing over 3%, Bank Nifty positive by approximately 3%, financial services about 2%. Rest, IT was 0.65% positive, energy was 0.3% positive. Rest, all of the indices like auto, metals, FMCG, media, pharma, and reality were negative in yesterday's session. That was on Friday. As I said, fund flow looks neutral. Volatility index was no change on Friday. Now, one thing that's creating a trouble in my head, what I'm thinking about, is Nifty's P ratio. We are currently trading at 34.01 PE. That's extremely high valuation. It's a complete euphoric markets. This is 20 years highest PE. If you look at the last 20 years chart, this is the highest number that you will look at. So this makes markets extremely costly. Valuations are not supporting the fundamentals. So that's the problem. That's a point because of which I would want to keep booking my profits on my portfolio, and I would want to keep my portfolio protected by hedging as well. Now let's look at the charts. What charts have what numbers you should be following so that you are aware when dynamics change into the market. So starting with Nifty, so this is a daily chart of Nifty. As you can see, Nifty is trading into an upward sloping channel. The volume bar at the lower end, volumes are pretty much okay, so there is nothing to worry about. Stop loss that you should be following on long position, that should be 11,797 to round figure 11,800. So in case you see any closing or any sudden dip below 11,800, be precautious. On the upside, Nifty has a close resistance range around 12,000 to 12,050. That is something you need to keep a watch on. RSI is 68, so bullish, positive, no problem. This is a weekly chart of Nifty. On the weekly chart, again, Nifty is trading into an upward channel. So the channel high, again, the first resistance 12,000. Above it, we could be looking at some 12,100 to 200 levels. Volume are fine. On weekly chart as well, RSI is now above 60. So that's bullish. So charts say it's bullish. So, it's like everyone, all the traders, all retail traders, people who lose money, they are now trying to buy. So you need to be smart enough to keep a close watch when to book your profits and when to start short selling. See, markets always move in cycles. There are cycles of accumulation, then it goes into uptrend, then distribution happens, then there is a downtrend. So people who are not smart, people who lose money, they actually start buying when markets are already into an uptrend or a distribution. But that's not what you are here to do, because you have me. I'll keep you posted with everything that's changing in the market. So remember, before markets made a low of 10,800, I told you on 11,800 that start booking your profits, start hedging. So having said that, let's take a look on what Banknifty has to say. So there's a daily chart of Banknifty. Volumes well supportive, RSI positive. Again, Banknifty has been trading into upward sloping channel. However, in the recent fall, we had this particular trend line of this channel has been broken. So now we have reached exactly the same trend line, and that trend line touches Banknifty around 24,200. So if I were you, I would wish to buy in case if I get Banknifty around 23,002, with stop loss of 23,185 to be more precise. So in round figure, 23,200 should be your stop loss. For new buying, I would suggest buy above 24,200 for targets of, let's say, 25,000, and even higher, it could be 26,000, because on the upside, two resistance that I'm able to see on daily charts, that is 25,160 followed by 26,500 on the daily charts. Now let's take a look on Banknifty's weekly charts. So these are the numbers of weekly chart actually. Your immediate resist, this particular chart is for Banknifty Weekly. So 26,000 is what we are looking at. Your first resistance would be 24,984, so 25,000. So it's the same level. On the downside, the support that we are looking at is 23,200. On the upside, the first resistance, I guess in case everything remains positive, because global Qs were positive, we may open above 24,200. So in case that happens, your immediate targets could be 25,000 range. But again, in case markets go down, wait for a nice dip around 23,000, I would say 500 or 400, because your support, your stop loss on the downside would be 23,200. So that's all about Nifty and Banknifty. On the weekly chart, if you look at Banknifty, the RSI is around 54. So if you take a look at the RSI, that's the indicator right below. It's basically consolidating between 40 and 60. So on weekly chart, Banknifty looks more into sideways movement. So let's see how exactly it works out. Rest, we are bullish. And again, as said, with the current valuations of Nifty, I would love to trade into options instead of direct futures. Now let's take a look on how other indices should be. So summarizing it up for you, Nifty is positive, but again extremely deviated from 20 days moving average. I would like to trade through options, and my stop loss for long position would be strict 11,800. Banknifty positive, buy above 24,200. Again, options preferred, not futures. Metal index, the view is range bound, no trade. But again, metal index is the one which is showing little bit signs of weakness. So in case we see any dynamics changing or any weakness in the markets, this would be the sector to go aggressive and short sell. Nifty IT, view positive, but again, previous session was a little bit it was bullish candle. But again, the point is, if you look at even previous days, we had big bullish days. But again, in the previous session, it was kind of small candle. So we could be looking forward for some consolidation because Nifty IT, again, it's extremely deviated. So if I were you, I would trade with precautions. Nifty Pharma, positive, find buying opportunities. Nifty Energy, negative, avoid any longs. Nifty IT, positive, however, it's into resistance zone. The auto index, Nifty Auto, is into resistance zone. So I would prefer buying auto stocks in case the auto index sustains above 8350 levels. Now let me share some stocks that you could be looking at for buying in today's trading session. Before we get into the stock list, I would again remind you, be precautious, keep an open watch on the markets, trade with strict numbers and keep yourself hedged because markets are extremely stretched. These kind of markets may give you sharp upsides, and again, in case of the downside, it could be very steep fall as well. So keep yourself protected and hedged. Keep ACC on your long radar. Actually, the entire cement sector looks quite bullish. But again, some stocks, for example, Ambuja Cement, it has already given a good rally, so your risk reward may not be justified. So for future trade, but again, you can try to accumulate on every dip. Okay, so cement sector is something that you can be looking at. Bharti Airtel is a buy above 432 with stop loss would be 415. Axisbank, you can buy with stop loss 444. BSC Limited, you can buy with stop loss 508. You can buy Colpal with stop loss 1439. No short recommendations for today. However, in case we see any signs of weakness on the real-time basis, metal index or metal stocks would be our first preference to short. So that would be all in today's trading session. Hope this helps you. Hope this information is going to help you with your trades, with your positions, with your portfolios. If you have any questions, doubt, feel free to write me, comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So that would be all in today's trading session. Thank you for listening, watching. God bless you. Have a nice day ahead. Stay healthy, stay wealthy. Abhishekraj signing off.